Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 348 based on novel. So let's start. Just one kick was able to kill a rank 8 beast. Although a rank 8 beast could battle a peak Nirvana cleanser cultivator, it couldn't use treasures. It could only use the lore it understood as spells. However, it was still a rank 8 beast. Even in the Cloud Sea, a cultivator that could instantly kill a rank 8 beast was strong enough to be among the powerful. Li Xiangdong and company stared dumbfoundedly at all of this. They felt like this Grand Uncle Master they had never seen before was filled with mystery and majesty. Even though they had doubts about Wang Lin's identity, they chose to ignore it without any hesitation. With this powerful cultivator in my origin sect, it will only be a matter of time before my origin sect dominates the rank 5 region. Li Xiangdong and the two elders looked at each other with high spirits. If they knew that Wang Lin had killed a Nirvana Shatterer cultivator from the rank 6 region, they would be even more shocked. When the fierce beasts saw Wang Lin's might, all the greed in their eyes disappeared and was replaced with fear. They immediately began to escape and were about to leave the range of the continent of Mo Luo. Wang Lin didn't care about what the surrounding cultivators thought. He continued to absorb the vitality of the rank 8 beast to resist the flesh calamity. After several breaths of time, Wang Lin's eyes lit up and looked at the retreating fierce beasts. He moved forward like a harvester of life and instantly closed in on one of the escaping fierce beasts. He directly punched the beast, creating a rain of blood and vitality. Flashes of light filled the sky as Wang Lin moved like lightning across the sky. Every time there was a flash, a fierce beast would collapse. In an instant, Wang Lin chased them outside the continent of Mo Luo. The flashes of light continued and screams echoed across the starry sky. What awaited all the fierce beasts that were lured over by the blood crystals was a massacre. This massacre lasted for about 7 minutes before it gradually ended. Finally, there were no more fierce beasts within 5,000 kilometers of the continent of Mo Luo. Those few that escaped held a terrifying memory they could never forget. There was a cultivator on the continent of Mo Luo that was like a god. The protective barrier around the continent of Mo Luo was repaired and everything seemed to have returned to normal as if nothing had changed. However, the shock all the cultivators of the origin sect experienced was still there. At this moment, outside the southern courtyard, Li Xiangdong, Li Yanfei, and the other two elders stood there. Although they had been there for a long time, they weren't impatient at all. All the cultivators in the southern courtyard were relocated to the other 3 courtyards. Aside from Xu Yun, who was next to Lu Yanfei, there were no other disciples remaining. These herbs were all brought back by Grand Uncle Master. Li Xiangdong's gaze fell on the herbs in the courtyard. After seeing Xu Yun nod, his expression became excited. At this moment, deep underground below the courtyard, Wang Lin sat there with his original body sitting on the opposite side, silently cultivating. His original body had mostly recovered aside from pieces of flesh that were still growing while resisting the last of the first trial. Time slowly passed. After 3 days, light flashed on Wang Lin's chest and the flesh calamity disappeared. He had successfully passed the first trial and 2 calamities of the 3 trials' 7 calamities. The original body slowly opened his eyes, revealing a bright light. An invisible aura spread out, his skin was even more coarse, and his bones were even stronger. At this moment, the original body had become a true ancient god. It was no longer incomplete like before. After devouring endless origin energy and the mysterious fog, the cultivation level of the original body had increased greatly. Another star appeared next to the 5 stars on his forehead. Although this star was a bit blurry and not fully formed, it made Wang Lin ecstatic. Ancient gods were not like cultivators, each star was simply too difficult to obtain. In the past 1,000 years, Wang Lin went through many hardships and took countless risks to finally be able to make his ancient god body reach 5 stars. Although the 6th star was still blurry, it could use far more strength than before. More importantly, once an ancient god reached 6 stars, they would be able to produce their own moongazer serpent. A smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. Wang Lin left his original body in the depths of the continent to continue absorbing origin energy and begin forming his moongazer serpent. Wang Lin left the underground and appeared in the house in the courtyard. He let out a deep breath, and his mood was very pleasant. This original body passing the trial would increase his strength in the Cloud Sea greatly. With his avatar and original body combined, killing an early-stage Nirvana Shatterer cultivator wouldn't be as difficult as before. However, the gap between early, mid, late, and peak Nirvana Shatterer is great. I don't know if I can stand up to mid-stage Nirvana Shatterer cultivators with my original body and avatar fused. Wang Lin's eyes lit up as he pushed open the door and walked out. The moment Wang Lin appeared, a gentle breeze blew on his face, and it felt very comfortable. The barrier was activated once more, so the sky was blue and white clouds could be seen. Looking at the herbs in the courtyard, Wang Lin made a decision. He would take some time to increase his cultivation level using the unique alchemy of the Cloud Sea. While pondering, Wang Lin's gaze fell on the 5 people outside, and he slowly said, "You all can come in." His voice was calm, but it contained a trace of majesty. The moment it fell in the ears of the 5 people outside, they all took deep breaths. They were tense but filled with respect as they walked inside. Xu was even more nervous as she followed inside after Lu Yanfei. The moment Li Xiangdong and company entered, they respectfully said, "Disciple greets Grand Uncle Master." "I didn't know Grand Uncle Master had returned, and we neglected to greet Grand Uncle Master. Please punish us." After a brief conversation, everyone left. Xu could no longer live here and returned to the southern pavilion with Lu Yanfei. The entire southern courtyard was now a restricted area that no disciples were allowed to enter. At the same time, under Wang Lin's order, large amounts of high-quality pills and pill recipes were sent to him. However, none of these pills could catch Wang Lin's eye. After observing them, he only kept the recipes and had people take the pills away. While Wang Lin was studying alchemy, a mad search due to Shaluoxing's death began far away from the continent of Mo Luo. The cultivators of the various rank 6 sects sent out cultivators to check the continents. Some even went to the regions below rank 5. As the rank 6 region began to move, the news of the jade and recipe began to spread. This alarmed the rank 7 region and even caught the attention of the rank 8 region. Rays of lights flew out from the rank 7 and 8 regions toward the sealed wild continent in the rank 5 region. The star fog in the depths of the Cloud Sea was extremely dense, so much so that even a Nirvana Shatterer cultivator could only spread their divine sense out 500 feet. Rushing into the star fog without preparation was like going in blind, and it was very easy to get lost. The most powerful fierce beasts lived here. Some even used spells to make their bodies one with the fog to comprehend law. If no cultivator provoked them, they wouldn't take the initiative to attack. Compared to them, the few cultivation planets in the star fog were like outsiders, completely insignificant. However, the power contained within these few cultivation planets was heaven-shaking. Even these powerful beasts dreaded them and wouldn't dare to approach them. This was the rank 9 region of the Cloud Sea. There were 7 cultivation planets arranged in the Big Dipper formation at the edge of the rank 9 region. This created a layer of protection around them, making it so there was no difference between them. At this moment on the first planet of the formation, under millions of layers of protection, there was a prairie, and on that prairie stood a towering building. This building was a statue of a cultivator pointing at the sky, seeming to be cursing at it. A difficult-to-describe sense of majesty enveloped the area. The prairie was completely silent and only a few small spirit beasts would sometimes appear. They played around and quickly moved off into the distance. After a long time, a ray of light closed in from the horizon. There was a woman inside the ray of light. She was beautiful, but she had a strange hair color. She had a head of blue hair. In the entire Cloud Sea, only one person had that hair. That was the rank 9 heaven-breaking sect's Li Qianmai. She began cultivating at age 5, reached the foundation establishment stage at age 7, core formation at age 19, nascent soul at age 26, soul formation at age 37, soul transformation at age 45, and ascendant at age 61. After 100 years of cultivating, she was at the peak of the illusory yin stage. Then the entire heaven-breaking sect poured their effort into cultivating her. After more than 400 years, she reached peak of the Nirvana Skriya stage. Then, 300 years later, she became a mid-stage Nirvana cleanser cultivator. After 500 years of training outside, she became the youngest Nirvana Shattra cultivator in the heaven-breaking sect. To this day, she had cultivated for more than 1,300 years and had reached the late stage of Nirvana Shattra. In the Cloud Sea, the name Li Qianmei was a legend. Disciple Li Qianmei greets ancestor. The light disappeared, revealing a beautiful woman inside. Sima Mo's jade has appeared. Take a trip to the rank 5 region. If possible, find the person who found the jade and bring them back along with the jade. An ancient voice filled with melancholy slowly echoed from the statue. Li Qianmei respectfully nodded and left. There was a white-haired old man sitting inside the statue. There were many spots on his rotting body and there was reminiscence in his eyes. After a long time, he shook his head and let out a sigh. Senior brother Sima, back then, perhaps it was teacher who was wrong. The entire continent of Mo Luo calmed down. Wang Lin spent all day practicing alchemy, and the Origin sect disciples would often hear explosions coming from the southern courtyard. No one dared to enter, and they all revealed looks of respect when they passed by. Wang Lin had studied the beast bone recipe, and in the end, he had a gloomy expression. He pondered for a long time. Ignoring the question of whether the effects were true, just the herbs required to make it were mostly things he had never heard of. After searching the Origin sect's records, Wang Lin found some clues. 3 of the herbs, Star Transformation Wood, Dragon Star Grass, and Annihilation Flower, existed tens of thousands of years ago. Even then they were extremely rare, and they were basically extinct nowadays. However, there were some clues in the records of the Origin sect. It seemed in their rank 8 main sect, there was still a small piece of Star Transformation Wood. Most importantly, this Nirvana Void Pill required the souls of 9 rank 13 beasts. Only by fusing their souls could the pill refinement be carried out. If this was it, it wouldn't be an issue, but the rate of success was very low. Also, this beast bone fragment needed to be used as a primer. It needed to be melted into the pill. Every failure would cause this beast bone to become a bit darker, and once this beast bone was completely black, it would be impossible to refine the pill. Once it succeeded, the beast bone would dissipate and become part of the pill. Looking at the beast bone in his hand, although it wasn't black, it was already very dark. It probably couldn't be used more than a few times. This beast bone has obviously been refined several times by others, but they all failed. Otherwise, this beast bone would be gone. Rather than saying the herbs or beast souls are rare, it is this beast bone that is strange. I just don't know what beast this bone belongs to. However, even if there is only a 1% chance the effect of this pill is true, I must try it. Wang Lin held the beast bone and carefully studied it for a moment before pondering a bit and putting it away. One more thing appeared in his hand. It was the jade that came with the beast bone. After scanning it with his divine sense, his expression became strange. Wang Lin opened his storage space once more and took out the origin soul of the poisonous old woman. His eyes were calm as his finger pointed on her origin soul several times. Every time his finger made contact, her origin soul would tremble and become even weaker. A moment later, Wang Lin placed his right hand on the head of her origin soul and his divine sense spread out. He directly used soul search on her. Memories entered Wang Lin's mind, including the 5 poison cultivation method and things this person had encountered. Finally, Wang Lin found the memory regarding the pill recipe and jade. Time slowly passed. When night arrived, Wang Lin lifted his right hand. He put the weakened but not yet dead origin soul away. He then looked at the jade and began to ponder. Wang Lin found out about the matter that occurred with the heaven-breaking sect 18,000 years ago and also understood the role of this jade. There weren't any spells or cultivation methods inside. It was just a piece of identification token. This was the mark of the head disciple of the heaven-breaking sect from 18,000 years ago. This person was named Sima Mo. If there had been no accident, he would have become the next sect master of the heaven-breaking sect 18,000 years ago. It was him who took the beast bone and a group of cultivators. They split from the heaven-breaking sect and disappeared among the Cloud Sea star system. 18,000 years ago, the heaven-breaking sect that entered the rank 9 region had very complicated feelings toward their own members that left. They later learned that this group had suffered heavy casualties and disappeared completely. The sect master at the time, who was Simon Mo's teacher, sent out an order that lasted for tens of thousands of years. In the future, anyone who returns with Simon Mo's token will be allowed to enter the heaven-breaking sect and become the disciple of that generation's sect master. This order spread across the Cloud Sea and aroused the attention of many cultivators. This order piqued the interest of those who wished for an opportunity to rise up, and people went searching for clues of the missing heaven-breaking sect members. However, as time passed, not a single discovery was found, and thus this matter settled down. Until the Five Poison sect got a report from their spy about Shaluoxing's movement and speculations. Originally, the Five Poison sect didn't care too much about it. After all, it had been too long and the clue was likely false. They had only sent out a few people to scout, and the poisonous old woman was the leader. No one thought this would be real. Wang Lin silently looked at the jade, and after a long time, he put it away. I may have a great use for this in the future. He no longer worried about the jade or the pill recipe. After calming down, he immersed himself in alchemy. Not only had he harvested a large amount of herbs on the wild continent, he had also gathered a lot of beast souls. They were mostly rank 5 beasts, so they were very suitable for Wang Lin's current cultivation level. There were some more beast souls inside his bag. They were the souls of the spirit beasts of the members of the Clear Flower sect. They were killed by the silver female corpse and then collected. Similarly, he also had the spirit snake, which was the poisonous old woman's life beast spirit. It had reached the peak of rank 6. Aside from these, the highest rank beast soul he had was the rank 8 beast he instantly killed. This soul was extremely precious, so Wang Lin didn't want to destroy it. He went into the Daoish temple and took that pill. After failing 3 times, he finally fused the soul and the pill to make a rank 8 soul parting death pill. After searching the poisonous old woman's memories, he found an interesting method to mutate beasts. This beast soul refining method was invented by a genius of the 5 Poison sect named Ren Oxin. It used a formation as a cage to hold beast souls. Then you use poison to make them devour each other and stimulate a mutation to create a more powerful soul. However, there was a huge drawback to this method, which was that the mutated beast soul could not devour normal beast souls. They could only devour other mutated beast souls. This result was a huge blow to the 5 Poison sect. The success rate of refining a beast soul was not high, and the higher the rank, the lower the refinement rate. A rank 9 beast soul would require a large amount of rank 8 beast souls to devour each other, and a single mutated rank 8 beast soul required a large amount of rank 7 beast souls. Even if they accidentally created a high-level soul, the soul would still require a large amount of heavenly treasures for nourishment. Although it could be used for alchemy, there was still a chance of failure, and every failure would weaken it greatly. Wang Lin knew this point very well. The first pill he attempted to make failed more than 10 times. Although he succeeded, a large portion of the beast soul had dissipated and the effect of the pill had lowered a lot. Even the 5 Poison sect had to give up. Their sect couldn't withstand this kind of consumption. Even the rank 7 and 8 sects would find it difficult to do this. Even if they could, they really didn't need to refine a beast soul with their strength. It would be a lot easier to just go and catch one directly. After seeing this method, Wang Lin secretly calculated this, and the cost of this even shocked him. However, after carefully pondering for a bit, he intended to try it out. He learned the poison method from the poisonous old woman's memories and barely managed to refine a few portions. Wang Lin didn't choose the origin sect to test this but found a cave inside a mountain somewhere on the continent. He placed down a large number of restrictions before putting some rank 5 beast souls inside and spilling the poison. After observing for a few days to make sure they were devouring each other, he added more restrictions and returned to the origin sect. After cultivating for several days, Wang Lin took out the pills he refined, including the rank 8 one, and began to swallow them. The first one he took was a rank 5 pill. The soul beast inside wasn't able to resist against Wang Lin's origin soul at all and immediately dissipated. It fused with his origin soul and caused Wang Lin to enter a mysterious state. As Wang Lin continued to devour rank 5 pills, he vaguely saw something in that mysterious state. He saw beasts from their birth worshipping the world and absorbing the origin energy as they comprehended law. The beast souls inside the rank 5 pills weren't much use for Wang Lin. He was only taking these pills to get familiar with the feeling of borrowing the beast souls to comprehend the heavens. After taking the rank 5 pills, Wang Lin swallowed a rank 6 pill. The beast soul inside was equal to an early-stage Nirvana Scryer cultivator, and it immediately caused Wang Lin's domain to activate. It was as if he had transformed into the beast and gradually comprehended the heavens over countless years. These scenes felt very real and unreal. Wang Lin was immersed inside as he searched the complex comprehension for his own Tao. He was searching for the existence between true and false. After an unknown amount of time, when only the rank 8 pill remained, he awakened from his strange state. He looked blankly ahead and muttered. To confirm one's Tao as one person is direct. To confirm one's Tao from various angles is indirect. The pills of the Cloud Sea aren't a fortune, they just give cultivators the change to seek Tao again and again. They use beast souls as another way to explore Tao. Explore the laws of the world. Unlike the other 2 star systems, the Cloud Sea star system has managed to cut down the enlightenment process. However, beasts are still beasts. The way they comprehend Tao isn't direct, and we can't clearly trace to the origin, unless we refine a pill with a person's soul or use the soul of something that has transcended from being a beast. Only then would the enlightenment be more clear. Otherwise, it requires one to swallow large amounts of pills in order to find the right Tao to confirm you own with. Tao is like a thought, and everyone's thoughts are different. If one wants to enrich one's own mind, they must learn other people's thoughts as well. The Cloud Sea chose to use beast souls. Just like how the All-Seer chose to use his own disciples. While Wang Lin was confused, rays of light flew toward the continent of Mo Luo. The cultivators from the rank 6 region had spread out their search and reached the continent of Mo Luo. They stepped into the protective barrier. The rank 6-5 poison sect was considered a relatively powerful force among the rank 6 sects. They were on par with the Clear Flower sect. There was a lot of friction between the 2 sects, and they constantly fought with each other. Zhu Hai was a core disciple of the 5 poison sect. His cultivation level wasn't as high as the poisonous old woman's, only early-stage Nirvana cleanser. But he was a powerful member of the 5 poison sect, and the sect put a lot of focus on him. At this moment, his expression was gloomy and there was a blue light in his right eye. Although this blue light looked pretty, it came from cultivating a poison method from the 5 poison sect. Fellow cultivator Zhu has been gloomy the whole way. If someone who didn't know the situation saw you, they would be very confused as to why. A feminine voice came from a cultivator in black next to him. This cultivator was male, but the makeup on his face made him look like how he sounded. There was a flash of coldness in Zhu Hai's eyes as he stared at the cultivator in black and said, "Zhao Yu, I have been enduring you the entire way. If you continue to speak sarcastically, don't blame me for not holding back. The 5 poison sect sure is mighty. I want to see if your 5 poison sect would dare to battle with my Devil Collection sect." The cultivator in black smiled, but this smile was extremely cold. The blue light from Zhu Hai's right eye intensified, but just at this moment, a cold snort came from beside the 2 of them. "That's enough. The 3 of us are representatives of our respective sects to search for the traitor of the 5 poison sect. We cannot to fight amongst ourselves." The person who spoke was a middle-aged man who was at the mid-stage of Nirvana cleanser. After he spoke, Zhu Hai and Zhao Yu looked at each other with hostility. Then they let out cold snorts and suppressed the origin energy they were going to use to attack. The middle-aged man was a core disciple of the top rank 6 sect, the Tao Spell sect. Due to the poisonous old woman, it was very difficult for the 5 poison sect to explain the situation. In the end, they paid a great price to put this matter aside. They also had to send out core disciples as hostages in the name of looking for the poisonous old woman. However, the real reason was to keep an eye on members of the Five Poison sect. If they couldn't find the poisonous old woman in a short period of time, the Five Poison sect would face a great crisis. There were disciples from each sect following behind them. They all turned into rays of light and descended through the barrier around the continent of Mo Luo. Ju Hai, Jiao Yu, follow me to the origin sect. You other disciples, scatter across the continent of Mo Luo and search every inch. Don't miss a spot. If you find anything, immediately report it. The middle-aged man's voice was calm, but it contained an unquestionable sense of majesty. The surrounding disciples quickly nodded and scattered to begin their search. They had been doing this every time they came across a continent, so they were very familiar with it. As for the three of them, they released their full cultivation and charged at the origin sect. The three rays of light gave off a thunderous rumble. It didn't take long for the three of them to arrive above origin sect in this arrogant manner. The cultivators of the origin sect naturally saw them. Lu Yanfei, Li Xiongdong, and the other two elders all flew into the air to greet them. The four of them had heard of the news that the rank 6 sects had fully invaded the rank 5 region in search for something. However, with their cultivation levels and status, the elders didn't know what exactly the rank 6 sects were searching for. Li Xiongdong took a deep breath. When he got close, he clasped his hands and said, "The origin sect greets the upper domain sects." The two elders behind him also clasped their hands. The middle-aged man clasped his hands and said, "I'm the Dao Spell sect's Feng Pei Shan. I didn't think I would see such a beauty here." The feminine-looking cultivator in black looked at Li Yanfei and smiled. "I'm the Devil Collection sect's Jiao Yu. Five Poison sect, Ju Hai." Ju Hai's expression was still gloomy as his right eye released a blue light and swept past the cultivators of the origin sect. Li Xiongdong took a deep breath and looked at the two elders beside him. They all had serious expressions. These three sects occupied almost 40% of the power in the rank 6 region. They were so powerful that they only needed but a thought to wipe out the origin sect. If the three of them were like this, there's no need to talk about their disciples. They all lowered their heads and didn't dare to look. Only Lu Yanfei remained calm and didn't speak. Li Xiongdong suppressed his thoughts and reluctantly smiled. "I don't know what the upper sects came here for. If you need my origin sect to help, then the origin sect will do its best to assist." Ju Hai let out a cold snort as he stepped forward and arrived before an origin sect disciple. His hand moved like lightning and hit the origin sect disciple. The disciple's body trembled and he coughed out blood before being thrown far away. This sudden scene caused the expressions of the origin sect cultivators to change greatly. Xu Yun glared angrily as she rushed forward toward that disciple and held up his body. This origin sect disciple's face was pale and his body trembled. His face was glowing blue and he was suffering intense amounts of pain, but he was unable to scream. Lu Yanfei's eyes became cold and he slowly said, "Is the reason for the upper sects coming here just to injure an origin sect disciple?" Feng Pei Shan revealed a smile and shook his head. "Fellow cultivators of the origin sect, there's no need to be nervous. This matter is simply too important, and almost all the rank 6 sects have sent people out to search for a person. This person is very good at hiding, and the only clue is the poison on that person. The reason fellow cultivator Ju attacked was because that junior had a trace of poison on him." Lu Yanfei's eyes became even more cold and she waved her right hand at the injured origin sect disciple. His body trembled and a vortex appeared. Shortly after, his nascent soul flew out and there was a small, red snake inside. It was his life beast spirit. However, the little snake was very weak and about to die. Even the origin sect disciple's nascent soul was almost transparent. Ju Hai's expression was still gloomy. After looking at the nascent soul, he no longer bothered with it. His eyes shined blue once more and he looked at the remaining origin sect disciples. A moment later, he took a step and headed straight for Xu Yun, who was holding that disciple. Xu Yun's expression changed. It would be impossible for someone with her cultivation level to resist. At this moment, killing intent appeared in Lu Yanfei's eyes and she charged forward. Her right hand formed a seal and she waved. A gust of wind rushed toward Ju Hai. Ju Hai sneered and his right eye flashed blue. 7 blue marks appeared around him. He completely ignored the wind and walked forward without any hesitation. A thunderous rumble echoed as the wind collapsed when it got near Ju Hai. It wasn't able to stop him at all. In an instant, Ju Hai was standing before Xu Yun. The killing intent in Lu Yanfei became even stronger. Xu Yun was her disciple, and she wasn't willing to stand by helplessly while watching someone seriously injure her. She was unable to endure and was about to attack. Even Li Xiaodong and the other 2 elders were gloomy. After all, Xu Yun wasn't like that ordinary disciple before, she was a core disciple of the Origin sect. Just at this moment, the Dao Spell sect's Feng Peishai's eyes shined brightly and he shouted. If the people of the Origin sect continue to interfere with my search, you will need to bear the consequences. This shout was earth-shattering and was like a thunderous rumble. It was as if his voice contained the law of the world and a mysterious spell. Even the earth trembled slightly and the clouds were pushed back. As he shouted, the disciples of the Origin sect all trembled and blood flew out from their orifices. Even Lu Yanfei, Li Xiaodong, and the 2 other elders couldn't help but tremble and were filled with shock. Word of law. Li Xiaodong gasped. Xu Yun revealed a look of disdain as he looked at the Origin sect. His gaze swept by before he frowned as he looked at the southern courtyard of the Origin sect. At this moment, Ju Hai stared at the pale Xu Yun and gloomily said, "Little girl, you have the scent of the fish poison grass on you. This grass only grows in the nest of a rank 6 best and no other place. It would be impossible for the people of Origin sect to obtain it, yet the smell is still fresh. Where did you obtain it?" Xu Yun's face was pale. Ju Hai's blue gaze gave off a powerful pressure that made Xu Yun's mind tremble. She bit her lower lip and looked at her teacher not far away. Ju Hai revealed a gloomy smile and turned around to look at Lu Yanfei. "Fellow cultivator Lu, I'd like to listen to your explanation." Lu Yanfei calmly said, "We as the younger generation aren't powerful enough to obtain this herb from a rank 6 beast's nest. However, that doesn't mean the elder of the sect can't. The fish poison grass was obtained by my grand-uncle master." "Grand-uncle master?" Ju Hai's eyes lit up and showed a hint of disdain as his divine sense spread out. He lowered his head and looked at the southern courtyard of the Origin sect. He charged straight at the southern courtyard. He was very fast and closed in the southern courtyard, which was the forbidden area of the Origin sect. The moment he entered, his body immediately trembled and shock filled his eyes. The southern courtyard was like a different world from the outside. He felt an aura that made his mind tremble from this very ordinary-looking courtyard. It was as if a powerful beast was living inside this courtyard. Just the aura it gave off was enough to cool all of Ju Hai's blood. Those who harm others are constantly hurting themselves. A cold and gloomy voice without any emotion blew by like the wind. When the voice entered Ju Hai's ears, his expression changed greatly and immediately became pale. A powerful sense of danger enveloped his body and he didn't hesitate to retreat. He wanted to escape this terrifying southern courtyard. However, just at this instant, Ju Hai felt an unimaginable force hit his chest like a mountain smashing into him. Ju Hai coughed out blood as he was thrown back. Popping sounds came from inside his body as he was thrown back and the clothes on his chest were in tatters, revealing a black palm print on his chest. This video will end here.